Hello and a very good day everyone. So today I will discuss on how we can actually automate a particular report. So for example, I do have a work assignment which happens every month. So every month during the month opening, what I will do is I will receive a particular file named market value opening, a report of an Excel report that shows market value opening from the evaluation team. Then what I'll do is I'll capture some important information and place in a other file. In a other file which has several sheets, and this sheet will be sent to the information team. Then during the month end, I will also receive another file which shows the market value closing report from the evaluation team. And then what I'll do is I'll do the same thing. I'll capture the same details, but I will only emphasize on the market value end, and I will place that information in the same individual report. So this is basically my task which I do on monthly basis. So normally what I'll do is I will do this manually. For example, I'll just go to this particular folder here. So in this folder, we have market value opening, market value closing, and the document that we submitted to the information team. So just say I have a market value month opening. So when I have market value month opening, it will have the information of football transaction, country, football club, player name, jersey number, and market value opening. So I will not capture everything. I will only capture certain information, and the certain information will be placed in a different document. So what the document is this particular document whereby I will place in this particular information what is the football transaction, who is the football player, jersey number, and market value at the start. And then eventually what I'll do is I'll open the other file. Maybe about another 20 days, I'll get another report which is the market value month closing. So when I open this particular report, what happened is it will show me this particular data. So just let me clear this filter. So it will just have this football transaction, football country, football club, the same information. However, we do have a different header called market value closing. So what I need to do is I need to capture these figures, and then I will need to place over here. So to see the comparison between the market value start and market value end. And then I will send this report again to the information team. So now how I will do this manually? Well, when I do this manually initially, I will go to the market value opening. Just say we do have a report and I want to capture Manchester United. So I'll just click it over here and I'm going to write here United. Okay, so now this is the report, but if you notice, I'm not going to select the entire database. What I want from here is only the football transaction, player name, jersey number, market value start. So in this case, what I'll do is I'll copy this, meaning to say, I'll just go to this market value month opening and I will select all this information over here. And what I'll do is I cannot simply copy and paste. So I'll press Ctrl G, I go to special, and then visible cells, I press OK. So it will highlight the visible cells. I'll copy this and then after that, I'll paste it over here. So I'll just paste in this particular report. So now it has a transaction. But I need to do the same for player name, jersey number, and market value start. So what I'll do is I'll go to this market value month opening. I'll select the same thing, player name, jersey number, and I highlight all this. Ctrl G. I press special and then I go to visible cells only. I press OK. So now we get this information. So I'm going to press Ctrl C and then what I'll do is I'll go to this report over here and then I paste here. So now I have pasted this. But the thing is now during the market value end, the arrangement will not be the same. For example, over here, if just say I go to the market end, market value month closing, and if just say I were to filter Manchester United. So when I filter Manchester United, you will notice the arrangement will not be the same because during the month opening, what will show is it will show Robert Ground first. But in this case, for month closing, the arrangement is not same. So what I'll do is I will use VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP. For example, over here, I'm going to just go to this report. So I'll just use XLOOKUP. And then I will look up the value and then I'll go to the market value month closing. So I'll just select this report, and then after that I'll choose the month and closing, and then after that I will drag down. So when I drag down, here we go. So if you notice, I'm doing this manually one by one. And what if just say we have more than 100 tabs? So am I going to do this one by one manually? And how am I going to cater if just say every month the report changes? So this is where we will use Power Query and also VBA to automate the report. So let's get started. So now what I'm going to do is I just want to actually use Power Query at the same time, and I also want to use VBA to actually automate the report. So if you want to automate the report, first thing is I will try to import the data from using Power Query. So go to data, get data from file, Excel workbook. So you will notice that a box will appear. So in this case, what I'm going to choose is market value month opening. I select this, I press import. Once I press import, you will notice that a box will appear. So now we will just choose the particular sheet. So we only have one sheet, which is PT. So this is the sheet, and I'm not going to extract every information because I only want football transaction, player name, jersey number, market value. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to transform data. So once I go to transform data, it will be navigated to Power Query Editor. So I'll go to Power Query Editor. So over here, what I'll do is I only will filter Manchester United. So click over here, unselect all, and only select Manchester United. And then I just press OK. So now we have Manchester United data. But the thing is, if you notice, I don't want everything. I want football transaction, player name, jersey number, market value opening. So these two columns I can actually remove. So right now we only have this particular data. So what I'll do is I'll just press close and load. So once I press close and load, you will notice that it will automatically load as a table in a new sheet, and our query and sheet name will be PT. So now what I want to do is I want to use a VBA, Visual Basic Application, some code to just automate the data. So what I'll do is I'll go to developer, I click here Visual Basic. Once I click Visual Basic, I'll go to Insert and I click Module. So here I'm going to write some code. So I'm going to write here SUB, sub procedure. The name of our code is copy and paste. So copy, paste, open bracket. So what we want to do is we want to actually copy. So what is our data? Our data is located in the sheet of PT, and our range is actually from A2 up to 50. So what we'll do is we just go here, sheets, make sure there is a S, and apostrophe the sheet name. What is our sheet name? PT. So we write here PT. And then after that, close bracket, full stop. Okay, so sheets and then PT. So must have S, and then that's the name of the sheet. Then I put here range, and then open bracket, apostrophe. What is our range? Our range, if you notice over here, it is A2. So I'm going to write here A2 until when? Until, if just say down here is 50. So I'm going to put here A50, close apostrophe, close bracket, and I want to write copy. So meaning to say this code will try to help us to do what? It will try to copy the data. It will try to copy the range from A2 up to A50. And then what it will do next is I want to actually paste. Where do I want to paste? Well, I want to paste in a different sheet, which is, if you see over here, we have a sheet called menu. So I'm going to put here apostrophe, menu, apostrophe, close bracket. What is the range? The range is I want to paste it at, okay, so over here is B11. So I'm going to put here B11, and then what I want to do is I want to close bracket, and I'm going to write here paste special. So I'm going to write here paste special, and I want to paste as paste value, and enter. So this is a thing, and then of course you can actually remove the thing that you highlighted. So we call it as application cut copy mode. So this will try to remove the highlighted one, and we put this as false. Okay, so now if just say you run the macro, when you run the macro, when I click it over here, you will notice that automatically it has already pasted over here. So now what I'll do is I want to paste the player name and also the market value n. So what I'll do is the same thing as well. So this time our data is from B2 up to B50. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy all this, paste it over here. So this is B2 up to D50. And we are not going to paste at B11. We want to paste at C11. So when you run the macro over here, you will notice that the data will be pasted over here. All the information over here. So this is how we can actually do it. So if just say I want to import the closing report. So when I want to import the closing report, what I'll do is I'll press here and I'll go to edit so that it will go to the Power Query editor. So this time I also want the market value N. So how I'll do is I'll go to the new sort because our market value N is located in a different file. So go to file and Excel workbook. And then what I'll do is I'll choose the market value month closing and I press import. So once I press import, they will access what tab you want to choose. My name of the tab is PT and I'm going to press OK. So once I press OK, so you will notice we have PT2 over here. So this indicates for market value closing. And since our arrangement is not the same, so what I'll do is I'll try to use merge query. So I'll just click merge query over here. So what I want to merge is I want to merge with the other PT. So PT2, and you cannot press OK because you need to choose the common column. So this is the common column and I want to use left outer so that it matches this. And then I press OK. So once I press OK, this one I only want to expand and only capture the market value closing. And I remove this and I press OK. So now you will have this data over here. And then what I'm going to do is I want to close and load too. Because when you press close and load, it will load as a table, as a new table format in a new Excel file. So I'm going to press close and load too. And then eventually you will notice that a box will appear. So I'm going to click here, only create connection and press OK. So for your PT2, it will only create a connection. So now this is the data. So now if just say I want to actually place these new values as well. So this is E2 up to E50. So I can go to my code over here. I'll just copy all this. And then after that, what I'll do is I'll just paste it over here. So this one will select only E2 up to E50. And instead of C11, this time when you go to the menu sheet, this one is located in F11. So I'll just change here to F11 and I click on the start button. So once I press the start button, you will notice it will capture. So if just say I don't want to do manually, okay, I don't want to do manually and I want to use a button. So you can go to insert, you can click a shape, any shape you want. And I'm going to click the simple shape over here. And I want to write here as update. So I'm going to write this updates. Okay. And let me just adjust and let me put in a bigger size. Okay, there you go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press here, right click and assign macro. So I click assign macro and then I'll just go to copy paste and press OK. So now what happened is once I click over here, you will notice it will capture the value. It will copy the data from the database and it will paste it over here.